It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
And the Coach's Show is brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue, ribs, and many local favorites on Warrior Drive, locally operated by Anne-Marie Brentz and the Lanning family. John Ding is back with you for round two, and we have Matt Williams on the line, the head coach of the Smyrna Bulldogs. Matt, I'm going to just say this: have y'all found your mojo here? I mean, 2 big wins in a row.
Well, yeah, we're happy, obviously, with the improvement, and I think we found a few things. We've still got a lot of work to do in certain areas, but I was proud of our kids last night. I thought they did what I asked them to do. I asked them to play, start fast and come out of the gate fast, and I thought they did that. And on offense and defense, we were able to go down and score on our first drive. And defensively, for the most part, did a really good job. The first half held them scoreless, so I was proud of that. And I thought we did a lot of really good things last night. We just got to clean up. Had too many penalties, I felt like, and just some simple things we got to clean up. And I told the kids I was proud of them and thought they did a great job. Just let them know that those little mistakes, get magnified in region ball games. So we got to clean some of that up.
I didn't get to talk to you from last week's win, but it almost seemed like a light bulb came on at the end of the second quarter of that Rockville game, and it's kind of like you carried it over to this game. And one of the reasons is Zeke Key, I think, 7 of 10 for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns last night.
Yeah, he did some really good things. He also had a really long, I think it was 60-something yard touchdown run last night, and did some good things getting out of the pocket. He's athletic, and on the first drive, we had a third and I think 3rd and 8 or something like that, and nothing came open. He just took off running and got about 15. So it's nice to have that ability to make something out of nothing, and he's done a really good job. And he's taking care of the football. Against Siegel, we had 2 interceptions, but really only one of those sort of attributed to him, and it was still a tip ball that the DB made a great play on. So I felt like for the most part he's done a good job valuing the football and taking care of it, and he's made some plays. So I'm proud of Zeke, and I kept asking for the quarterback to step up, and Zeke has answered the bell there. So just very proud of him.
Our SRM concrete solid performer for Smyrna last night, Matt, was Christian Beatty, 17 carries for 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. That has to be good to mix the pass and the run as well as you did. And now you've got, with Christian and Zeke, you've kind of got a double weapon back there.
Yeah, Christian's a very talented young man. We knew that. We had him as a freshman. He was our freshman tailback, and had to move to Nashville. He and his mom and his family moved to Nashville last year, and he actually played at Maplewood his sophomore year. And we were lucky he moved back to Smyrna and was able to come back to Smyrna High. And he did a great job last night. He was banged up. He got a deep thigh bruise against Brentwood. There missed a couple games, and I feel like he's getting back to his normal self. And last night he did a great job. Our offensive line, I thought our offensive line last night did a phenomenal job. You got John Richardson up there, Sam Rebel, Will McKnight, Brian Bisson, and then Jerry Martin and Anthony Stable.
Jerry Martin, what can I say about him? 7 tackles, 2 sacks, but he's been doing that all year long. He is a monster.
He's an animal. He had two blocked field goals last week against Rockville, and just a special player. And but I'm proud of our offensive line. I'm proud that they got better. That was, we had 1 returning starter coming back on the offensive line, and just not a lot of experience outside of that. And we've had kids step up and kids buy into it. And Christian did a phenomenal job last night, but we also had some really good blocking up front, I felt like.
We've talked about this before as long as we've known each other about offensive lines. When you have a new group or you have a younger group, it does take a few games for them to gel and kind of get together. I don't think people put enough emphasis on that, but it really does.
Yeah, the teamwork it goes into, playing offensive line is just, it can't be understated. It's, or overstated, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You've got to have teamwork there, communication. You've got to make all your calls and know who's helping who and all those things. And it definitely takes a while to gel and become a unit. And I feel like we're becoming that. And I'm just proud of all those offensive linemen because I help coach them. And I'm not always easy on them, but very fun group of guys to coach, man. I just tell them that all the time. And it's sort of given me a little shot in the arm this year. I've been mainly on defense the last number of years, on the defense side of the ball, and switching over has sort of been a shot in the arm to me. And getting to work with a group of kids like that, man, they're just so fun to be around, and it makes coming to practice really fun.
I'm going to mention a few more kids here. Weathers had 2 receptions, 92 yards. Valentine, 4 receptions, 53 yards and a touchdown. And German, 9 tackles and an interception on defense. So is this perhaps maybe your best all-round game up to this point?
Yeah, I think so. I think we, probably all around, because offensively, I felt like we started fast. Rockville, like you said, we sort of muddled around the first quarter and didn't do very much. And so I do feel like this was our most complete game. We started fast, like I asked them to, and put some points on the board early. I do feel like there was a lull there, which sometimes happens when you jump out so late. And I felt like we came out of halftime, defensively and gave up the score to the quarterback. Coffee County's quarterback's a really good player. And, he did a good job there on a power read last night and popped a long run. We got out of position a little bit. But I do think it was our most complete game. And felt like our kids responded after that and did a really good job. And I was proud of our backups. We got to get some kids in late. And our second O-line got to come in there, and our second tailback and some of our second receivers. And we were able to drive the ball down and put a touchdown on the board. And then our second, third-team defense came in and still held them scoreless after that. So I was proud of our kids that got some playing time last night.
We're talking to Matt Williams, the head coach of the Smyrna Bulldogs. Matt, I think it's been a crazy year so far. Siegel has come in, gotten some big wins. You've got a big win under your belt there with Rockville in district play. But you never know. And Stewart's Creek, had some injuries. They had a big win over Laverne. It is crazy, and it doesn't get any easier, I know, for you, because you're going to be traveling to Riverdale next week.
Yeah, we got, but it's the games you look forward to. We look forward to going to Riverdale. And we played Riverdale. It's been a pretty good little rivalry here the last number of years. We've played them even when we weren't in that region, played them every year. And, they do a great job over there. Coach Kreisky does a great job. And I know they had a big win last night over Columbia. And they're going to be hard to prepare for. But, it's fun for us. It's fun for the kids to get to go to good atmospheres. We feel like we've got a good atmosphere at Smyrna High, and we know the same thing will happen at Riverdale. So, this is what you coach and what you play for, and we look forward to traveling to Riverdale in the big region ball game. And it's like I told our kids, we put ourselves behind the 8 ball, at Siegel, and we obviously did not play to our standard, and felt like we really let one slip away. And not taking anything away from Siegel, because they did a great job that night and won the football game. But we know every game from this point forward is pretty much a playoff game, and that's the way we're treating it. So I think our kids will come in and have a great week of preparation. We play on Thursday night, so we'll actually have them in here for practice tomorrow afternoon. And I think our kids are excited and looking forward to the challenge.
1 day of rest for the weary, and then they come back out at it again tomorrow. I know you were talking about the Riverdale rivalry, Matt. That has been a good rivalry, and there have been some really good games. We've been able to broadcast some of those games, and there have been some surprising wins, some surprising losses. I mean, it's what you want in high school football, really.
Yeah, last year we had the lead for the majority of the game. We let it slip away, we felt like, and they did a good job there finishing last year and closing the game out. And but yeah, there's been some back and forth over the years, and their kids play really, really hard. They're well coached. Coach Kreisky do a great job, and we'll have to be very well prepared, and our kids know what they're in for, and they're going to have to play really hard. So should be a lot of fun, and I know they're looking forward to it too, and I think it'll be a good region matchup.
On a non-football note, the stadium looks beautiful. It's just really Sherry does such a good job keeping that place spick and span. It looks like a brand new place, really, and it's one of the older schools, Yeah,
I was thinking the other day, I was walking through the back part of our school. We've got the new addition, but I was walking through the park. Of course, I've been here for a long time, but we added on, I think, around 2004 or 5 to Smyrna High School the first time, and I was walking through those hallways and got to, just sort of dawned on me that was 20 years old, 20-plus years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it still looks new, So Dr. Southern does a great job with the facilities, and those things are important, and she understands that. And I talk to our kids about it all the time about, picking up trash that's not yours and doing the little things. And, it's just something that she stresses that we try to also stress to our kids and our coaches. And, it's a special place, and we're blessed to have the facilities we have, and blessed to have SRM put in our program what they did. And it's just a great place to to coach and a great place to teach.
Well, Matt, I'll be talking to you in a couple of weeks, and good luck against Riverdale, and say hi to the kids for me, okay? They're not kids anymore, but say hi to them anyway.
They're not. My daughter, I told her you said hi last week. She just beamed and talked about how nice a man you were, so I appreciate you asking about them. Hope your family's well, and it's always a pleasure, John.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's Matt Williams, the head coach of the Smyrna Bulldogs, traveling to Riverdale on Thursday night now. Don't forget, there's going to be a lot of Thursday games. This portion of the show is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, providing superior legal representation to injury victims and their families. Find out more at johndaylegal.com.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience